Hello friends, welcome to another Motivating Monday, or if you are new here, welcome. I have so much to get done today and I've jam-packed it into this video. I want to get the yard ready for summer and get the pool opened up. We're going to get the back patio all set, do some yard work. I'm going to give you another tour around the garden, but I am so glad that you are here with me today. We've had this box sitting in our living room for a couple of weeks, I think. I did show you before, just vaguely, but I ordered a sunshade, and today we're going to go ahead and put it up. We've had a couple of weeks where we were working on other things, and now we're going to finally open the pool and put up the sunshade. So that's what we're going to work on today. This is where we're going to put the sunshade. We're going to attach wood to our fence. This is the dog yard area, and then this is like the pool area. So it gets a ton of sun, and I think it has something to do with burning off all the chlorine in our pool really quickly. So we're hoping that it helps with that. And then also we have this area and like this bar area for people to sit at, but in the summertime it is so sunny that it just is kind of unbearable. So we're hoping that the sunshade will help. We got an 8 by 16 foot sunshade to go basically along the fence here and hopefully shade this back area. The first task we're getting to today is putting up the sunshade, and again, this is another budget-friendly project that I have. We are reusing wood that we had bought extras of from a different project. So we already had all this wood laying around the house, all the screws, everything like that. The sunshade I did buy, I want to say it was like a month ago, and it's just kind of been sitting in my living room, but we are building a frame and then we're going to attach it to the frame. This is how they're going to be. I think we're going to start with just 3 of them. They're kind of not quite an L shape, and they're leaning on the fence right now. We haven't put them on the fence yet, so that is going to be up there. And then I got this 4 years ago, I think, for Mother's Day. There's a local place that sells a lot of this kind of stuff, and I've repainted it since I got it, but I think I'm gonna put that in the garden. I think it'd be kind of cute. So I'm gonna put that in the garden before we put the sunshade up. But we got these made, and now we're going to put them on the fence to make them pretty sturdy. This project was yet another one of my ideas that my husband really had no idea that we were doing. So I kind of sprung it on him last second. I had ordered the shade and everything by myself, and I knew that we had this wood left over too. So I kind of sprung this on him last minute, but he was a total trooper about it, and he was really pleasantly surprised at how quick and easy this was. This took maybe an hour from start to finish. It was super, super quick. Like I said, this was also a pretty budget-friendly project too. Although we had the wood, it was pretty cheap. I believe they were just 8-foot long 2x4s, and we only needed 3 of them. He angled them so they were about 8 feet into the air. And then the shade itself I got on sale for $60 on Amazon, and that was 8 foot by 16 foot, and they have all different kinds of sizes. So I will put the link for that in case you're interested down below in the description box. Might be harder to hear because our air conditioner just kicked on, and it's like 900 degrees here today. But I got these chairs. Let me see if I can actually get it. I don't know if you can tell, but they're fading. I love yellow. It's my favorite color. And so I got yellow chairs. I thought it'd be fun to have by the pool. And we only got them a year ago. And can you tell even? I can't tell because the sun is so bright, but they are like a faded yellow in places. See, like this is darker than that. I don't know. I'm not going to replace them right now because I literally just got them, but we have 4 of them to go at the bar here, and I'm just sad that they are already faded. Maybe you can tell there. And then these chairs, they're falling apart. They have been here since we moved in. This was furniture that they left, and I think it was old when we moved in, so they're falling apart. They'll need replaced at some point, but I'm kind of just waiting for them to actually fall apart before I replace them. So this is the sunshade I got. We're going to put washers and fasten these then to the posts. I don't have to look, but you can get these. I got this on Amazon, and I actually got this one on Amazon too. This one we've had for 4 years. It is really, really good. It is like a black color. We have had no issues with it. There's no holes. It holds up so well. So we got that one, I want to say it's been like over 4 years ago, and we liked it so much that we got another one. Now I did get this a different color just because I don't know, for some reason I didn't want to do another black one here. So we got this one, and you can pick how much sun you want to come through to these. So they have several different shades that you can get. I believe our black one is 70% or 80%, meaning it blocks out that much sun. So it is still, you know, really nice and sunny, but also very shaded. You don't like need glasses. It helps cool down the area. So we really, really like it. And we have some lights up here. They're solar lights. We also got these on Amazon like 4 years ago, about the same time. And then this is our solar box. The sun comes from over there and it just beats down. So it works out really well. They come on every single night. We haven't had to replace them or anything yet. So if I can find the links to the lights and the shade, I will put it below. It's also a little noisy back here because the golf course is doing a tournament today, and we are right at, let's see if I can get the flag. We're right at the hole. See, there's the flag up there. So there's a bunch of golfers that are always golfing here, and especially today over the weekend, they're always out. So anyway, we're gonna hang this up. I'm gonna have to double check. I can't remember. I wanna say I got 70% like our black one, but I'm not quite sure. But I believe this is gonna work out pretty good. It feels sturdy like the other one. It feels, you know, breathable, but still like sturdy and thick. So I have hope for this. It's just like our other one, and our other one has done so well over the last few years. So if I can find a link, I'll put it down in the description box below. My son is putting out all the cushions on the couch outside. If it feels like we're always putting them out, it's because we are. It rains like every other hour here, and they're waterproof, but also they're not. Like, they say they're waterproof, but they hold a little bit of water. So I like to put them away, especially because we get a lot of wind back here. So I know that they're not blowing around, they're not getting soaking wet. And we just put them away in our back garage over here, and then whenever it's not going to rain, we bring them back out. So if it feels like we're always putting these cushions on the couch, it's because we are. Now that we have the frames put up, we're going to go ahead and put the shade up. And when I was picking these out, I was specific, and I got the ones with the metal grommets. There are a lot that do not have that, or that they do it by, like, I think they're like bungees or something. I'm not really sure, but I remember whenever I picked out the first one, the black one that we have over our pergola, it came with the grommets, and we have fastened them all in using screws, and it worked out really, really well. And so that was the route that I wanted to go with this one as well. So I made sure that I specifically got the ones that had grommets. Now, we started putting them up with just screws, and then we kind of realized, you know what, this is going to hold significantly better, especially with all the wind that we always have coming roaring down the golf course here in the back. We knew that it would hold together if we put washers also with it. So my husband fastened them with washers and a screw into each post, and then he also did it at the bottom and along the sides. So I'm hoping that it stays really secure. If you've been a follower for a while, you know that we have some crazy wind that comes through the golf course and hits us right in the back of our house. We have been through multiple different like gazebos and pergolas and stuff since living here. We had a greenhouse that was like a structural greenhouse over by the garden area, and a storm took that down a couple of years ago. We have had so much wind impact the back of our house, so that's always something that we kind of have to think of whenever we're picking out something, and that was why we made sure that we took the extra action to actually secure this properly. Now, it might look like I'm just standing there. I am pulling it really tight. My hands were actually getting tired because I'm pulling it super tight so there is no like lack in the shade, and that way wind won't end up taking it at some point. So we made sure it was super tight all over. Now that we have the sunshade up and secured, we are kind of moving on to somewhat random stuff. My husband, he randomly started working on the barbecue area. He built it, I believe it was last year, and there was some areas that we never ended up finishing just because we weren't quite sure exactly the direction we were wanting to go with that. So he started just out of nowhere working on that, and I was kind of picking up and moving plants around and just kind of trying to clean up the area and bring it back to life for the summertime. I got that. So it was like a circular towel that I laid down. You can see it on the right of the couch there. I got that at Walmart or TJ Maxx like 3 years ago, and I love it. However, we don't usually go to the beach so much anymore. We have several resorts in town with lakes that have a beach, but we never use it. So I always just fold it up and put it there by the pool. Now that the sun is starting to kind of come in this area, there is shade, so that's exciting. Hoping it goes over by these chairs too. I gotta add our other chairs. We have more chairs, but this is the finished product for now. I think we're gonna get some small plants to hang to make it look a little nicer, but anyway, there's that. We got the water running over here. We're filling the pool up, and we're going to clean it and start it up. We also are kind of not really redoing, we're just fixing this area. There was a bunch of grease that leaked out of the grill, and then the grill bucket broke, so it kind of spilled, and we're gonna clean that up. We're adjusting this little cabinet. My husband built this whole thing, and he's just making little minor adjustments to fix it after a year of being out here and kind of figuring out how it works best. But he's framing this in. None of the counter was actually screwed in, so because we didn't ever really know what we wanted to do. So now we're finalizing it, and he ended up moving it over, making the cabinet a little smaller, so that way the grease won't continue to drip on it and cause problems. I was going to give you a little garden update since we have some growth since the last time I posted. This tiny little thing is an elephant ear, so we have that in the front of the house. And then let's go over to the garden. and I'll show you some other stuff that we got. This is still vining up pretty good. So I come out here every day and kind of try to make it sure it's going up. So a little bit of that. I'm pretty excited about these. These are those purple beans I was talking about. They have grown. So those. The zucchini has gotten bigger. It seems like just about everything has gotten bigger and stuff is sprouting. So the tomatoes, all that's looking good. These look about the same. These are the grape tomatoes. We also need to weed eat and mow still. We're going to do that tomorrow. So it looks a little overgrown. It's because it is. I forgot what these were, but these were flowers. They've all sprouted. More tomatoes. This is hard to tell, but there's a lot more growth on the lemon tree. And then, of course, there's, little leaves and new flower buds. So that's good. The boys planted these little egg cartons. I think with flowers, I honestly can't remember, but they have little sprouts in them that they're excited about. So that's the boys's. We have cucumbers over here. Those are looking good. They got a little taller since last time. Here's the peas. Got some coming up. It's Ted saying hi. Here's more peas. There's holes there and there because I got this from out back by the pool area. We put up a big shade. You'll see that maybe in this video. I'm not really sure where I'm posting it, but anyway, I moved this and I'm not really sure where to put it. Now it's kind of blocking a light, so we'll have to see, but I at first put it over here and that's why there's holes. I thought maybe the peas could grow up it because I'm still unsure if this fence will be enough for the peas. I've never grown them before, so if you know, let me know. But anyway, I moved it over here because I don't really have a space for it by the pool anymore, and I'm kind of messing with different areas to where to put that. So that's that. More zucchini. It's doing really well over here. It is taller. There's new leaves. The jalapenos, they look a little taller. This bush, I don't know if you remember, but we relocated it because it wasn't doing well in the front of the house. It was planted actually where the elephant ear is planted and sprouting. So we moved it. I wasn't sure if it was going to do well, and it is doing so much better now. So that's there. Oh, the okra. We have a bunch of okra coming up. So that's exciting. I'm trying to think. We don't have any of the cilantro or anything yet. That might be all of our growth so far, but it's only been a week. Oh, my air is kicking on if you hear it. It's only been a week, but it seems like so much growth already. Also, I've noticed the blackberries are coming up because that's where we had them in a bed over here before we did all this, and now they're coming up, so we'll see. Anyway, that is how the garden's progressing. I'm pretty happy with it so far. As you can see, we are moving on to the next day. My 15-year-old son was eager to get the pool going, so that is where we're going to begin. Theo was collecting worms and putting them in the garden, and the rest of the kids and my husband were moving the pool cover and trying to get it off. Now, this was the first year we've actually used this pool cover. I ordered it and I measured so many times and it was giant, probably double the size of our pool. But this was the first year we were using this particular one because our other one, a storm had brought, there was something that fell in our pool, and I want to say it was like a gazebo, and poked holes. And you can see the water on top of the tarp was actually dirty. It had pollen and dirt and stuff, but then the water underneath it was really clean. However, whenever they pulled off the tarp, all the dirty water went into the clean water. So it is a lot harder for us to clean this year, which is honestly something we're more used to. We usually, our old tarp, it let in like the dirt particles and stuff. But, you know, anyway, so they stretched it all out, the tarp along the backyard, and my husband kind of swept it off, all the water, and then we let it dry before we wrapped it up. And while they were doing all that, I went around and refilled all of our bird feeders. They were kind of working on cleaning the pool, and we had to fill it too before we could actually turn it on to start cleaning it and putting chemicals in it. So that's what we're kind of working on the rest of the day, is filling up the pool and then some odds and ends from around the house. So I got this hanging flower basket. I guess it's not really hanging. I don't know what it is, but I got this a couple years ago at Aldi, and I want to say it was only $12. I remember being like, oh my gosh, that is incredibly cheap. And a couple years ago when I got this hanging basket, I also got fake flowers to put inside of it, and all of it has held up except for the stuffing, whatever that is made out of, that has kind of become a little wonky. So I'm using some burlap and kind of folding it in, trying to hold whatever that filling is together for the most part. And then I'm going to put the flowers in. I'm going to fluff them up a little bit. And I'm also going to add some more. Some have, fallen off from wind and stuff like that. But I usually put this basket up on our balcony area upstairs. You can see the green pool below. Just FYI, we have not had it filled up enough to actually turn on yet. As I'm doing this voiceover, it's actually really, really clean. We have had it on since, so don't be alarmed. But yeah, so this is up on the balcony, and I'll show you in just a minute. It kind of hangs over the pool area, and it's just fake flowers that I've had for years. I'm honestly a little surprised that they aren't as faded from the sun as I thought they were. So they've held up pretty well, and I want to say I just got them from Hobby Lobby. But here they are over the pool area, and I still have to get a couple more to kind of tuck in there and fill it out a little more. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with how much it's held together. So my husband's birthday is coming up, however, it's in the middle of the week, so we decided to kind of just do a special dinner for him over the weekend while he was home, while we didn't have a million things going on. And one thing we wanted to do is I saw this recipe for like splitting a chicken. What is it called? Spatchcocking a chicken, I think is what it's called. And we had never done that before. So FYI, if we look like we have no idea what we're doing, it is because we don't. So we got the backbone out, and then I started cutting the breastbone. The tutorial that I was loosely following wasn't really doing that great of a job of explaining. So I'm like, well, I don't know. It's not really cutting, and I did it off camera because I didn't know how it was gonna go. So I did end up, because I couldn't crack the breastbone and neither could my husband, I ended up just pressing on it lightly, and it cracked like so easily and came right apart. So that is what I did, and like I said, I did it off camera. So he's just cutting it apart officially then, and then we heavily seasoned it with, I don't even know what this is. It's like a mixture, like a chicken seasoning that we got at the store. It literally says chicken rub on it. So I don't know what it really has in it, but it was a really good rub. It's probably just from Walmart. So anyway, we got that, and I was following a smoked chicken Alabama sauce recipe. It was the first time I had made it, and it was really, really good. This is a great recipe for summertime. It screams summer. We just put it on our grill on our smoker option at 275, and we let it just kind of slow roast all day until it hit 175 internal temperature, and it was perfect. We put a little bit of the sauce that I made on it, and it was super, super good. If you follow my Friday videos and you know that I post recipes on Friday, you will be able to find the recipe for the chicken on that video this coming week. For the last few years, I've had fabric red, white, and blue flags hang from our gazebos and stuff out back. However, they kind of, last year was their final straw, and they just weren't looking too hot. So I ended up getting rid of them. And these are plastic ones. They're only from the Dollar Tree, so $1.25, and I am in no way expecting them to hold up, but I was kind of missing that. I always thought it looked so cute with little flags decorations. So anyway, we put them up, and for $2 for 2 banners, you really can't beat that. And if they don't hold up, it's fine. They'll look cute for Memorial Day, and hopefully for 4th of July they'll still be up. If you can remember from a few videos back, I think it was from my garden tour. Do you remember this frog? My daughter and I, we took a video of it, and I was just amazed at how he was just smiling, and I don't know, it was the funniest thing. Well, he's back. He was back in this video, just sitting on our fence. This area that my husband is mowing is like a public alleyway. However, no one was maintaining it for the last couple of years, and our youngest boys like to go over to a friend's house that's over here. I'm always so nervous that there's going to be snakes hiding in the tall grass, and also, you know, with tick season coming, I just wanted to be sure. So my husband mowed a pathway basically through to their house, and that way I don't really have to so much worry about my 2 boys just kind of tracking through the tall grass. Our older 2 kids are usually the ones that mow our grass. They split up our yard and they mow, and then my husband weed eats. You'll see my daughter, she's sitting here on the golf cart waiting for my husband because he didn't want her to mow the alleyway. He wanted to do it in case there was any snakes or anything over there, and also because it was very, very high. He didn't want the lawnmower getting messed up, so he did it himself. and then she then kind of takes over once he gets to the yard.
Crowded places, feel it sinking in. Lonely faces, say you need a friend. No matter the distance, I will always be there. No more inhibitions, I'll show you I care. You've been lost and alone in the city of lights, I know. Getting high, feeling low, and it's out of your control. You should know that I won't leave you, I'll stay beside.
I have to admit, I feel kind of crazy sometimes whenever I do this. I come out here with a bucket of soapy water and my broom maybe a couple times a summer, usually like 2 or 3 times, and I kind of brush the patio here. This area in particular, my dogs kind of go in and out of the house through, so they track through here. And then also I'm trying to go through and scrub up all the marks from where the tarp was laying, and kind of there's like a dirt buildup around the pool. So I don't know, I like going out here, but I do feel a little crazy because yes, we do have a pressure washer, but I feel like this does a really, really good job. And I don't know if I'm just like too much of a perfectionist when I use the pressure washer. I feel like it takes forever because I'm so focused on getting every little small detail, and with this I don't have to be. I don't know, it's just very easy for me, and so I do this a couple times just with soapy water. And I also feel like it helps deter the bugs. So down here in the South, we did not have these issues up in the Chicago area, but down here we have so many flies and different kinds of bugs, and I feel like whenever I scrub the back patio with soapy water, it really helps deter the bugs. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm kind of using the broom. It gets in the grooves of the patio that you can't really see. There are grooves probably for like safety reasons for like around the pool, but anyway, it gets into them really, really well. And it helps deter the bugs. It's super easy. And then I just hose it off after. And I want to say it takes like half the amount of time as the pressure washer because I'm not as focused on every little thing, and it just is something that really works out for me. I'm officially done working outside for the day, so I came in and I'm finishing up dinner while my husband's kind of finishing blowing off the driveway after he was done weed eating. I have the chicken off the grill and I made some garlic potatoes to go with it, so those are in the oven finishing up. And then we also roasted some sweet corn that we'll have on the side. Right now I am making that white Alabama sauce, and I want to say it's supposed to be somewhat like of a barbecue sauce. We had never had it before, so I'm not quite sure how it's supposed to taste, but the recipe that I was following had an insane amount of apple cider vinegar. So I did make some adjustments to the recipe because it just seemed overwhelming to me. And like I said, I'm not sure if that's how it was supposed to be, but I did not add in as much apple cider vinegar as it was calling for. And after I made the adjustments to the sauce, it ended up being really, really good. So anyway, if you are looking for the recipes for any of the stuff that we made today, the potatoes, the chicken, or the sauce, you can find that on this Friday's video for my recipes. But anyway, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and getting some things done around the house. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.